When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are.
Each week as you enter this timeless land, one of these many worlds will open to you. Frontierland. Tall tales and true from the legendary past. Tomorrowland. Promise of things to come. Adventureland. The wonder world of nature's own realm. Fantasyland. The happiest kingdom of them all.
Andy made the trails, opened up the land, and he gave America a mighty helping hand. Andy's on the move, and he won't rest. Andy Burnett, he's a traveling west.
And now your host, Walt Disney.
Last week, we brought you the first adventure in Stuart Edward White's exciting story, The Saga of Andy Burnett. In that show, we saw Andy's initiation into the select ranks of the fabulous mountain men. Now, in the second adventure in our first group of 3 stories from the Saga of Andy Burnett, let's see how his friendship with such historic mountain men as Tom Fitzpatrick and old Bill Williams results in Andy's first chore.
Andy's on the move, and he won't rest. Andy Burnett, he's a traveling west. He won some friends and made his place with mighty men of a mighty race. They took him in to teach him more of mountain life and mountain lore, the laws of trails and trap and streams. The danger is not what danger seems. Lessons to learn and not forget, all part of the saga of Andy Burnett. Andy made the trails, opened up the land, and he gave America a mighty helping hand. Andy's on the move, and he won't rest. Andy Burnett, he's a traveling west.
Just can't seem to get the hang of it. Do I have to learn how to do everything at once?
Well, you gotta learn how to handle a horse.
And look who's trying to teach me, a mule skinner.
Now, don't you say nothing about Esmeralda. She's got her uses.
That's right, boy. A mule's great for running buffalo, just as steady as a rock and just about as fast.
I'll get meat when I'm hungry. Besides, Esmeralda's a special mule.
And she sure don't look it.
Well, she is.
You're hoorahing me again.
I ain't doing no such thing.
Well, leastways not about that there saddle trick.
Look here, I don't believe there is a critter short of a catamount can ride a horse the way you've been trying to get me to.
A catamount, eh? Well, boy, just you look at this. Must have left him setting a little too long. He'll simmer down directly. Go now. Oh, you just blamed fuss tail, you. Straighten up now, you confounded idiot. Oh, you just blamed fuss tail. Ease off now. You done made your point. Whoa! Now, mind how this is done, Burnett.
I still don't believe it. Well, what good's a trick like that anyway?
Wait till some horse engines has jumped you. Arrows whistling through your hair. Nothing to shoot back but their ponies, you'll see.
All right, I'll try her again.
Not today. That little old pony of yours ain't gonna have no faith in humans at all. You'll fall from once more. Here. Let's see how you're making out with these.
I'll fight Indians if I got to, but I don't see why I gotta fight them their way.
The more you know how the other feller fights, the better chance you got to win. Now take that there blaze yonder.
wouldn't hit no antelope, but it'd do passable for something big like a buffalo when you get so you can make it a horseback.
Hey, they got us some neighbors. Blasted shiny pants Burgeois.
Burgeois? What's that?
Company man. Kind of a loose translation, Andy. It comes from the French word bourgeois. Mountain talk for bosses or men that work for bosses. That's what I said. Company man. Wonder what outfit?
Northwest Company or Jake Astor's American Fur, one or t'other.
Wonder what Ben Tilton and Sublette are doing with them. Turning traitor and camping them on our shirt tails this way?
I got a sneaking suspicion that they're fixing to follow us to our private trapping grounds.
Burgeois trick, all right. Can't find beaver on their own. Well, they're not gonna find any on us. You and Andy get into town, pick up the rest of your gear. I got a little transaction on the fire that may get us out of here quicker than Sublette or Tilton expect.
Now, mind what Killing Me told you about that old rifle gun, boy.
I tell you, that gun was good enough for your grandpappy and the man that gave her to him, then she's good enough for you the way she is.
I promised Kelly and old Bill I'd get it converted to a cap lock before we leave.
Oh, we ain't got time.
If this Jake Hawkins is as good a gunsmith as you say he is, it won't take long.
Well, Jake's good enough. Well, what's wrong with the flint gun? I'm still carrying one.
I know. Old Bill says nobody but a wall-eyed Indian or an old fogey like you'd carry a flintlock into the mountains nowadays.
Old fogey, is it, huh? Well, just wait till that cussed old porcupine, and you too, boy. You run out of the newfangled caps. Your guns ain't worth nothing more than clubs to you, then we'll see whether it's flint guns or cap locks. Fetch in the scalps and put meat in the cap. But if you've got your mind made up. All right. Howdy, Jake. Got a mighty tinkering for you.
I make rifles, I don't tinker.
Well, old Bill Williams, he don't want this boy to take this flint gun into the mountains.
Let him buy a proper rifle then. I make the best.
I'd admire to have one of your rifles, Mr. Hawkins, but I can't afford it. And there's sentiment to this piece.
I got orders to fill in. No time for making over every old blunderbuss that comes up the river.
Come on, boy, let's go.
Hold on now, Joe. Mr. Hawkins, you know workmanship. Would you call this a blunderbuss?
What you have here?
Belonged to my grandfather. Before that, it belonged to...
Daniel Boone, so I see. Why do hunters think only hunters are great? I mean the other name here.
The man that gave it to Boone, Amos Farrell? I always figured he was the maker.
Yeah, Farrell, yeah. It is said in my craft that Farrell was the first to invent the long barrel and the patched ball, which made the Pennsylvania rifle the straightest shooting weapon in the world. This could be that very gun. I'll give you one of my newest and finest mountain guns for this. And another for Crane here. He sure could do with one.
I don't want one of them newfangled guns. This old flintlock is good enough for me.
It's a handsome offer, sir, but, well, the sentiment.
Oh, you won't trade? I suppose not. Leave the old gun, boy. I'll make it over to our modern lock and be proud to. Come back tonight after dark.
That's real obliging of you.
Andy, go fetch the tote bag.
Howdy, Crane. Finally getting around to outfitting, huh?
Some.
When you aim to head for the mountains.
Four snowflies?
There's lots of time before then.
So we figure. Us a turncoat signing up with a company party.
Sure ask a lot of questions.
Just a pumping us.
Bound to know we aim to pull out soon.
Well, it can't be helped. Sure hope Kelly's got something up his sleeve. Well, let's get at it. Let's see now. Paint. Beads, shoddy, sugar. You come to buckskin soon enough, boy.
I figured if I was gonna need them, now was a good time.
A Hibernian gets his buckskins on the hoof and makes them himself. Less than he's got himself a score. Keep cheaper that way.
Go ahead, Joe, on me. A present from your partner.
Mean I can have anything in the store? Price ain't no object?
No object.
How's it from back there?
Beautiful.
Yeah, she ain't downright handsome, but she's mighty genteel. That's what she is, mighty genteel. Now, here's something we can't do without. Give me a part of this here blue. And, some of this here yellow. And, this purple. And it comes with this here shoddy. No matter how cheap it is. As long as it's got color, they'll take it over the best linen you can get every time.
Do you ever take good linen with you, Joe, just to try out a fair trade?
Well, no, ain't. Wouldn't be no use. Just a waste of beaver. That's the way they is. Here, chalk that up.
She can cipher?
Somewhat, I reckon. But how many times I gotta tell you? Reading and ciphering ain't no proper education in this here country. Hardly no use at all unless you aim to be a clerk in a store. Well, I reckon that just about does it.
Sure can't do much trading with that little heap of stuff.
Tarnation, Andy, we ain't no traders. Leave that to them stumble-footed Burgeways. We're trappers, boy. This is for putting on the prairie.
Putting on the prairie?
Speaking of education, I'll be glad when you get so as a man can talk to you. Give me that, gal. Here, boy, you pay what it says, and we better get a move on.
Senor, always Juanito, he says to whoever comes in the shop.
You want Sublette's business, don't you?
Pues sí, pero pues eso no está correcto.
Them Sublette's orders, savvy? You better savvy. Here they come. Such a pretty hat on such an ugly head. Don't tell me you fellas come looking for traps.
Well, why not? Trapping's our business, ain't it? Juanita here makes the best iron on the river.
Gracias.
Maybe you ain't heard.
Heard what?
There ain't any.
No, what's them?
All spoke for.
By who?
Senor Sublette.
Looky here, Tilton.
Bill might make you a deal for some.
Such as?
Your partner's letting us traipse up into the mountains with him?
Of all the black-livered, yellow-bellied, backstabbing Burgeway tricks I ever seen. And it's all your idea, ain't it, Tilton?
Hold on now, Joe. My granddaddy always used to claim when a hog's tied, ain't much use his fighting. My partners show you where they aim to get their fur, and you give us our trapping iron. That's the way it is.
That's the way it is.
Don't reckon we got any choice.
You mean show these thieves the best fur streams in the mountains? Are you crazy, Andy?
Can't trap without irons, can we? Let's, see what Juanito's got made up. Here's a likely-looking one, Joe. Looks good and stuff.
Not this one, senor. She's too big.
What are you out for, Burnett? Beaver or buffalo?
Sure puts up a fight, don't you?
Better put that critter back, Andy. Take the leg off a full-size grizzly bar.
There's gotta be some way to make her open up.
Take a real man to spread the jaws on that trap by hand.
Meaning you?
Yeah.
Take any two men I ever see to do it.
You calling me a liar, Crane?
Just to blow hard.
This one?
Yeah! Hurry up, put it in there!
Pretty powerful.
Don't just stand there. Set the trigger. No, the little thing on the end. Joe, you know what I mean.
This little thing over here.
This little thing?
Yeah.
Well, hurry up, set it. Show him how, Joe. Well, set it. How's that, Crane?
Pretty powerful.
What's this?
Sure got a bite, ain't she? I'd admire to learn how to spread her like that. Reckon you could do it again?
Nothing to it. Set the trigger.
There it is.
No, it fell in the water. In the tub, it fell in the tub.
In the tub, amigo.
In a tub?
In the tub.
In the tub, amigo.
Hurry it up. You greenhorn idiot, hurry up, find it. Hurry it up, find it. Crane, come on, help me.
Over there.
Seems like it's plumb lost. Well, why don't you just let go?
And lose all my fingers? Wedge it with something. Juanita.
Oh, wait, ain't that Mr. Sublette's trap?
Si, senor. Si, say so.
Well, then Sublette'll know more what to do than us, seeing as it's his.
Crane, for the love of Pete, you know about traps. Do something.
Well, I don't recollect I ever seen a critter get caught just exactly like that before. I don't know what to do.
Oh, Juanito.
She's not my trap, senor. I sold him.
All right, give them their traps. Give them anything they want. Get me out of this.
My granddaddy always taught me a trapper was plain foolish to cock a big iron like this without slipping these safety rings over the springs till the trigger was rightly set. Now, let me have it. There you go.
Oh, here were the partners I was telling you about.
Hey, Arn. Looks like Juanito's best, too.
Naturally. Nothing second rate for us.
Kelly and me figured that he'd be plumb cleaned out with all them birdsways a-hanging around.
Well, Ben Tilton figured the same, but he didn't reckon on Andy here.
Burnett, if we can keep you from getting yourself killed, you're liable to make a tolerable high warrant yet. Hey, old Kelly wants to talk to you over yonder.
You've heard of Joe Crane, no doubt.
I certainly have. About as improbable a collection of yarns as were ever credited to one man, too.
Every last word's the gospel. Ask Joe.
And this is Andy Burnett, a little short on experience at the moment, but his grandfather was Gale Burnett.
Howdy. Colonel Boone's early partner, sound stock Kelly.
I'll vouch for him.
Me too.
Good enough for me, then.
What is this?
Santa Fe, Crane. I want Kelly and you men to take a message there for me.
Santa Fe? I'm for the mountains. And so's Andy.
Later. The mountains will always be there. This is important. Santa Fe is the center of a great trading area. But whatever they use must be brought a preposterous distance from Spanish traders in old Mexico. Quality's poor, and the prices are outrageous. We could send better goods from St. Louis to Santa Fe at half the prices and still make a handsome profit.
So that's it. Well, I ain't so poor off I gotta work for no trader.
Trader? Joe, I thought you knew. This is Senator Tom Benton, about the most important man in Missouri.
Aye. Sorry I was mistaken, Senator. But you was talking like a trader and you was talking through your hat.
What do you mean?
Well, nobody ain't gonna get that Santa Fe trade away from the Spanish. Them that tries, they just don't come back.
What if I were to tell you I have private information that Mexico is at this moment declaring her independence from Spain?
If it was true, a man might make himself a deal. If he could find a way to Santa Fe and if he could get to the right people there.
Can you find a way?
Well, I've been there once. Old Bill there, he's been there 3 times.
Would you deliver my message for $1,000?
Cash money or trade?
Cash money.
Well, let's see. There's 7 of us. Split that up even, it'd come to just...
That's, $140-odd apiece.
Yeah, $140-odd apiece. Tidy little sum. We'd be free to go on to the mountains after your chore's done?
Then you could go on to the mountains.
Well, what do you say, Andy boy? You know, pocket money's hard to come by in this here country. And them little Spanish gals down in Santa Fe, they're really something.
Santa Fe's a way south, isn't it? If Sublette and Tilton and their party still aim to follow us, we might just lose them real good and proper taking a roundabout way like that.
That's what I had in mind, Andy.
Say, that shines. I mind me a piece of Badlands down there to really serve them right. Well, then, when do we go?
About daylight before them birdsways gets the sleep out of their eyes.
Well, if we're all agreed, we better get the horses out and get the packs made up.
That's for me.
Stand by, Senator. We'll be back.
Burnett, they'll manage. I'd like a word with you.
Yes, sir?
Most young men I know suffer from the fact they don't know where they're going, what it is they're to do.
I've been troubled by that some myself, sir.
Quite likely. Yet you're more privileged than most.
And my friends?
These friends, these mountain men, exactly. You realize that you'll live to see a time when our country, our nation, one flag and one people will extend unbroken from sea to sea?
Don't know as I've ever given it much thought, sir.
Your friends have, and they're the ones who'll make it so. Ask them, and they'll say they want only the beaver and the personal freedom they find in the wilderness. But they know they're discovering a continent. The great empty map of the West will be filled up and lettered in by their footprints. They'll know every desert and stream and valley, and they'll lead official explorers when they come. Oh, they'll die in their own time and be forgotten. But they will have had the real glory. For they will have been first. You're to be one of them. Treasure the opportunity, Burnett. Few men have had its equal.
Well, I aim to do what I can.
Of course. It's in your blood. Here, I'll not wait for Kelly. Give him this letter. And this money. He knows where the letter's to be delivered and when.
His friends and him took on a chore. It might mean peace and it might mean war. They didn't ask and didn't care, just set a price they thought was fair. For each man knew they could find the way to Mexico and to Santa Fe. And those behind would not forget their part in the saga of Andy Burnett. Andy made the trails, opened up the land, and he gave America a mighty helping hand. Andy's on the move, and he won't rest. Andy Burnett, he's a traveling west.
This'll do.
What's eating Esmeralda?
Oh, I don't know. She's off her feet something fierce. Her head stopped up or something.
How can you tell?
Well, she's just now noticing them.
Indians.
Yep. Them. And them. We'll only see them half an hour back. And this knothead is just now picking them up.
We're surrounded. Why didn't we stop before?
Wasn't time to camp yet. Hey, Bill, how far back is Kelly?
He's coming yonder.
Hey, better rush us up a fire, boy.
What about the Indians?
Well, what about them? They're out of rifle range, ain't they? Can't hurt us, we can't hurt them. Now, come on, get a move on. Kelly's had a long ride, and he'll be hungry.
Hey, Bill.
Why don't you gather up a few buffalo chips for the fire, Andy? It kind of sweetens up the smoke. We'll drop the packs here, boys. And Casey, you and Morgan take the horses up the draw here in case them fellers out there ain't so friendly.
Boy. Told you these flint guns will do a lot of the thing them newfangled cap locks can't.
Company, huh?
Some.
Ken's as near as I can tell.
Our Pawnee.
We'll have some more company soon.
More Indians?
White's worse luck.
Sublette and his Bergeway.
Yeah, about 10 miles back of me. Sticking closer than the tail on a dog.
Sublette's a fair hand at trailing, so's Ben Tilton. If they've stuck with us this far, wouldn't surprise me if they hung on clean in New Mexico.
Here's how they already have. Near as I can make out, right here's the border. This ought to be a fair place to camp.
Over there's Mexico?
Yeah, that's her, all right. It's about time we had a showdown with them company thieves before we get into foreign country.
Showdown's gonna have to wait, Joe.
They'll run us down.
No, they won't. Not 7 mountain guns. Watch. Look at him strut. Aping a Pawnee the way he's got his top knot done up. This fella really thinks he's some. Here. Put this in the left corner of your mouth. Peace sign.
What do they want?
Anything they can lay their hands on. Worst thieves in the prairie.
Send them on their way, then.
The only maps in this here country is under Injun top knots. Sometimes it saves a heap of traipsing around to palaver with them a spell.
We found our way this far on our own.
All right, boys, spread out. Keep a sharp eye on your gear, though. Real, genuine peace smoke. Gonna talk straight. Maybe. Now, if you'd have passed that pipe to Kelly on his left, then you better watch out. I mean, it's just an ordinary social smoke. Everybody's saying only he thought he could make stick. What you doing?
I'm just getting good and ready. What's he saying now?
He says he's big chief. Says they're all heap big warriors. Says the white men, that's us, should put plenty presents on the prairie for him. Kelly keeps saying no to everything he says.
Puente, Selecha.
Hilpo!
Reckon these is yours. First man would ever see took 6 Cheyenne scalps with his bare hands.
Scalps?
What do you think there was, boy? Horsehair?
They're heading east. They better. I got talkers cramping both hands, convincing them they should.
But they'll run into Sublette's camp if they go that way.
Yeah, they just might at that.
Morning, Sleeping Beauty.
Sometime I'm going to wake up soon enough to see who gets up first, you two or the sun.
Any old time you beat the sun getting up.
Mr. Burnett, breakfast is served. Why, thank you.
Yeah, get at it, boy. We ain't got all day.
I'll be right with you.
Gully?
Yeah?
This is where we turn south for the Santa Fe cutoff, ain't it?
So Joe and old Bill say.
Desert from here on.
For a spell, I guess.
And a bad one, too.
Oh, just fair to middling. Spanish call it the Jornada del Muerte. That means a journey of death. But a party can get through if it knows his business and ain't scared of drying up something.
Drying up? Rivers of salt, 10 mile wide, sun so hot your hair falls out, digging for water when there ain't none, killing off your horses and drinking their blood just to keep alive, and fighting off Comanches every foot of the way.
What's eating you, Fitz?
Casey and Morgan and me have talked it over. Doings is hard enough in our business as it is. We don't want no, what'd you call that, Joe Janata, something like that?
Bad hand Fitzpatrick, backing down from a little hard doings.
Well, we ain't for Santa Fe, not by no shortcut the Spanish won't even use.
Thunderation, Fitz. We gave Senator Benton our promise.
Casey and Morgan and me didn't. Remember that.
Just a minute. Been yarning again, Bill?
Me?
You.
Well, I was talking with the boys, and I might have made some mention of certain events I recollect from when I was down this way before.
I thought so.
Well, it seems like a feller ought to know what he's letting himself in for.
And you swallowed it whole. Can't you see what he's doing? Just trying to scare you away from your share of Senator Benton's $1,000.
No law again it, is they?
It ain't even halfway honest.
Maybe not, but it'd sure leave more for the rest of it.
Huh. A fine way to treat partners.
I ain't got no partners. I'm mostly a loner, and you know it. Always have been and always will be.
Well, we don't want Benton's money anyway. We just want to keep our hair. It's us for the mountains.
The Sublette's sure to follow you. You'll have to share your beaver streams with his outfit.
Better than roasting over a Comanche fire. Come on, boys.
Suit yourself, Fitz. Get these packs up.
Those, yarns of old Bill's about the Santa Fe cutoff. They true?
Sunday go to meeting gospel, boy.
Mind the fire, Randy.
should I made bear bait out of you last fall.
Good hunting, Fitz.
Better than you'll have at any rate with that old windbag leading you straight into trouble. Sublette.
That was a mighty ornery trick you Hibernians played on us.
Don't know what you're talking about, Sublette.
Sending that bunch of thieving Kansan down on us last night.
Some people sure have all the bad luck.
Yeah, especially when they're following other people to their trapping grounds.
You've got us all wrong.
Them's Bridgeways, ain't they? Company men?
Sure, but it's a new company. A mountain man's own company. General Ashley and I organized it. We're gonna call it the Rocky Mountain Fur Company.
Huh. Don't matter what you call a catamount, it'll still sneak up on you from behind.
We were trailing you to trade you for your furs, not steal them from you.
I never saw a wolf yet that didn't have teeth.
We plan to set up in the mountains. We buy your catches from you there. Saves you packing them 1,000 miles to St. Louis.
The mountains, huh? St. Louis prices?
St. Louis prices.
Say, hey, that shines.
If and it's true.
Well, now, Sublette, we might just take you up on that. Come next spring.
What's wrong with now?
Well, Kansas must have told you we're Santa Fe bound.
Ah, that's something I couldn't figure. There's no fur in Santa Fe.
They're carrying a message south for Senator Benton.
What's Benton's interest in Santa Fe?
Why don't you just traipsy back to St. Louis and ask him?
Knowing the senator must have something to do with trade. If it has something to do with trade, that interests me. I want to see that letter.
This is a private matter, Sublette. You mind your own business.
This is my business. I want to see that message.
Kelly's got that letter. Carries it in his pouch.
Why, you... Oh, I hope the Blackfeet get their meat hooks into you.
They won't.
It's no use, Sublette. I had it all right, but it's gone. Lost someplace.
Yeah? Maybe I can find it for you.
I'd mind my manners if I was you, sir.
What do you know about manners?
Not much, maybe. But my granddaddy always allowed a man's hands didn't have any business in another man's pockets.
Hold this young rooster for me.
Get up, Andy.
Just what was it you were going to do to this young rooster, Sublette? You better get out of here. Hey, Sublette, you got more use for these boys than we have. You take them along with you.
Well, we're sure not getting any place sitting here.
Simmer down, boy. We're in no hurry. We got a long way to St. Louis.
St. Louis. Thought we had to deliver this to the governor at Santa Fe.
Where tarnation you get that?
The creek, where Jack dropped it.
Oh, no. You keep it, boy. I swear I'm beginning to trust you more than I do myself.
Hey, we're off to Santa Fe!
Andy's on the move, and he won't rest. Andy Burnett, he's a traveling west. He took the trail to Santa Fe to open up the safest way so goods could go to the Spanish there with trading free and prices fair. The trail was long and the desert hot, and many knew fear, but he did not. Danger and dust and honest sweat were part of the saga of Andy Burnett. And he made the trail, opened up the land, and he gave America a mighty helping hand. And he's on the move, and he won't rest. Andy Burnett, he's a traveling west. The urge to know where the rivers flow, the freedom to up and pack and go. Lucky for us, a few men yet remember the saga of Andy Burnett. And he made the trails, opened up the land, and he gave America a mighty helping hand. And he's on the move, and he won't rest. Andy Burnett, he's a traveling west.